So recently, a Chinese reality show went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Uh-oh.
Last month it was Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And they decided to do a Christmas special on a particular show. It's a Who's the Murderer? So it's like a reality show where they
very Christmassy.
figure out. Exactly, it has nothing to do with Christmas, by the way. Nothing to do with Christmas.
What?
And it's a show about how people can figure out how murderers, it sounds like Mafia, honestly. How we used to play Mafia.
Yeah.
Seems like they're playing some version of that kind of game.
Oh, like a murder mystery game?
Yes.
Oh, those are fun. The light goes off and then you're like, somebody died. Who did it?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And so this is the most ironic thing. So Mango TV's named the television station, and they decided that since it's Christmas, we might as well do a Christmas special. So they rented out a hotel that's decked out in Christmas shit everywhere. It's got a big tree, it's got, lights everywhere. They've even told the cast to show up with some Christmas,
Attire?
Wardrobe. Sounds just like JK Party.
Sounds just like JK Party.
It does.
And they were like, oh, it's festive, we might as well make it festive. Cut to when they're editing the video.
Oh no.
They're like, all right, well, we are a Chinese television station, and there is I guess in Chinese culture, like right now, like under the communist rule, that you should try to promote Chinese values and Chinese culture, and if you promote any Western things, it comes off like you're promoting foreigners, and that's kind of like frowned upon in the eyes of the Chinese government.
That's why I was wondering, was Christmas a thing in China? That's why the whole time I was like, I didn't know that they celebrated it.
Isn't religion also they shun away from thinking about religion in the Chinese government?
Yes, so religion's more or less not cool in China, but this is the government speaking though. Wow. So I will get into that after this. Let me show you some pictures of what ended up being the TV show.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I knew it!
The whole thing is just blurry?
Funny!
They blurred everything out?
They blurred the irony. Hey, it's Christmas. Let's celebrate Christmas. We should make it festive. They rent out a hotel that's decked in Christmas stuff. Cut to editing. They say, oh, let's blur it all out. We shouldn't promote it.
Wow.
And this is the final product they ended up with.
Because a government official probably had to approve this, and they were like, perfect. We erased all Christmas things.
Well, there was no government official.
Producer sucks to not even think about all this.
The government official didn't actually come in and say no. The TV people were just like, oh, we should also be like good Chinese people and try to do what the government want us to do. So they decided to blur everything out.
Wait, did the government come out and say do you have to do this?
Well, it didn't.
Maybe unofficially.
Maybe they didn't want to get in trouble, so they did it previously. They're like, we're gonna Christmas, but we're gonna give them an idea. It's like Japanese porn, right? Let me get an idea of what it is, so I could use my imagination on how beautiful that tree is.
But I want to know if the government came out and was like, you didn't have to do this. Why did you
probably
do this?
But even in Japanese porn, they don't exactly pixelate the whole body. This is everything. The whole room's pixelated. The only thing you can figure is the 2-3 people standing here.
You can still tell it's a Christmas tree.
So distracting.
You know what I mean?
Look at this guy. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Imagination and think about the beautiful ornaments.
Did they add
4
these?
sparklies.
I think so.
Why'd they put a tree on the bottom though? Oh, because they allowed it because it didn't have decorations?
Oh no, it's a pine tree.
See?
No Christmas stuff.
In America, they would have just canceled this shit.
Yeah, reshoot it.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
So it went viral. It went viral on Chinese media first.
That place looks ballin' as fuck,
Chinese
though.
people on Weibo were laughing at it. They were basically saying why the fuck did you do this? First of all, in China, people love Christmas. Not very many Christians in China, but they love Christmas.
It's a beautiful holiday.
Exactly, and they love it for all the reasons that I think most people love it for.
Yeah.
It's festive. It's a
like
reason
Halloween.
to get together, to celebrate something. Family, friends.
Pretty. All the colors are bright and it's happy.
I wonder when Christmas came to China.
When Christians came to China, probably. I don't know. I don't know.
But Christianity and Christmas isn't the same thing.
But they still bring it places.
True.
They bring the Santa Claus to you?
Because my grandma grew up doing Christmas shit too. And I was like, how the fuck did this idea even come to Japan?
But isn't the
I think it
idea
might be
of
the
Christmas-
malls. I think it might be like the businesses.
Yeah, because I went to a Christian private school, and for our Christmas, it was all about like Jesus and the stable, and then like the three kings or whatever. We're not talking about Santa Claus.
Isn't their interpretation of Christmas super different in Japan though? Because like I saw the bar and he was celebrating it, and in Japan it's like much more of a romance holiday.
Oh.
And then,
I know
like,
they eat KFC.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
they
that. So
eat
it's like a big
KFC.
couples thing, and then you have to eat KFC because that's like because KFC.
They get buckets of chicken and they eat it. That's like their
awesome.
Christmas dinner.
Because from what Byron.
It's American? Is that why?
Yeah, he was like, well, their idea of American would be like KFC, and then it's like when they think of Christmas, it's like Western.
It is,
So-
yeah. Because and then so they don't have the chimney. They do believe like the Santa Claus thing, but they don't have the same story as of like hanging your stockings on the chimney because people don't have chimneys or whatever, right? So like they hide presents around the house or like
Easter?
yeah, but it's like you wake up and it's like the presents next to your bed because
And then-
Santa came and he put it next to your bed or
And
something.
then the parents hire fucking zombies to scare the kids.
And then you have Japanese Santa going, ho, ho, ho.
But yeah, so one person on Weibo wrote, in our country, Christians are minorities. The majority see Christmas as a fun festival. The commercial sector finds a reason to get sales. Consumers find an opportunity to spend. Lovers find an occasion to reveal their feelings and make out. It has nothing to do with worshiping the West. The majority do not think that Christmas has anything to do with religion. This is not the way to build cultural confidence. So like, in reference to
Wow, Chinese thinking, man.
Yes,
That's
there are
cool.
Chinese people there that are actually using their critical minds right now.
That's a new thing.
Chinese culture's strength is related to its power to absorb other cultures. We used to accept foreign culture and make it our own so that our civilization can move on. What have we become now in reference to this whole
Moving
pixelating?
away from draconian style.
So then after the controversy spread from Weibo to Twitter, actually made its presence on Twitter now, the Mango TV, the studio, decided
You should call it Vaseline
to pull
TV.
the pixelated version off. They decided to pull it, and they uploaded the non-pixelated
did?
version. Yeah.
Oh, they did? Nice.
Yeah, so,
Damn, that's crazy.
so yeah,
The
so
editor's like, fuck, man.
all that fucking work. Yeah.
Damn.
That's so funny. I just love how their level of embarrassment or shame is just like so much lower than or like it's just so much different than ours here because like we can't imagine working for a company and then having them do that and then being okay with putting out a product that looks like that.
That's true.
It's just funny.
They're more afraid of the government than we are. That's why. Because they doing that because they're not afraid about what their audience would say. They're more afraid of getting in trouble by the government.
Yeah. So
Whereas us is the opposite. We don't give a fuck. Our government could eat ass, right? And then we're just more afraid of like our audience feeling like we're not real.
that's true.
Think about like Americans. It's more like it's different from them. Yeah. Like the government's not gonna crack down on like JK News because we said something and then fucking put us in jail or like.
Well,
Cancel
we
our
can
show.
say things that can put us in jail. There are things we can say that can put us into
That are like reasonably, you know, we can't reasonably like obviously we can't threaten and say we're gonna kill someone and all this stuff, right? That's reasonable. In my opinion, it's reasonable. But then when it comes to like Christmas and sharing the joys of Christmas, our government's not gonna say like, no, fuck that. Stop talking about Christmas, and I'll put you in jail.
There is a little bit of that happening. I mean, for better or for worse, like we're not supposed to say Merry Christmas. Like a lot of companies don't say Merry Christmas anymore. They say
Really?
Happy Holidays.
Be inclusive.
Yeah, to be inclusive. So there is like a little bit of like this, like Christmas is kind of weird now.
We're not gonna.
But that's
they're
not the
gonna go to
government,
jail.
right? So,
Or, yeah.
Yeah,
it goes
yeah, yeah.
back to saying that's the audience that they're afraid of. So like companies like Nike taking a stance on like, you know, political things or whatever, they're afraid of their audience, not the government.
True.
So I think, but China's the opposite.
Yeah.
Like the government's scarier than the audience.
That's true. So in January 2017, the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party and State Council kickstarted a new document that suggests suggestions on implementation of projects to promote and develop traditional Chinese culture heritage. asks all levels of government and local authorities to promote Chinese festivals and culture. So like there is like a thing in starting in 2017 that have
that when
people
they started
promoting Chinese culture
banning-
and banning foreign things.
Yeah, is that when they
Hip-hop.
started banning the hip hop stuff and they blurring out like
Yeah.
piercings and on TV and stuff?
Maybe.
Was it then?
Maybe.
I do know that. Okay, my friend who is Chinese, not gonna say his name, but like he's hella against this campaign because he's like the citizens there can't differentiate Communist Party and China. So now they're merging the two things together as if it's one, right? So like if you criticize the Communist Party, people get pissed because you're like, oh, you don't like Chinese people. They're like, no, it's not the same thing. It's like it's almost like ridiculing if we're talking shit about Republicans, like they're not all
I
American.
mean, that's kind of what happens here, though, where you're like criticizing whatever's going on in the government at the time, and people are like, "Why don't you just move to a different country then?" You know, it's kind of the same, right?
But I guess the issue is out there. It's only one party. It's the Communist Party. That's all. There's no one else.
So it's like that on steroids.
Yeah. So like people don't know that when you criticize it or say certain things about that, like they're like, wait, why are you saying shit about Chinese people?
Right. There's no options in the way you think. Here at least we have two parties, right? Or two ways of thinking. But obviously there's also a lot of gray area for us to maneuver in, but in China it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm really surprised that like on Weibo, like there's people actually coming forward and saying like
Having an opinion?
yeah, having an opinion. Yeah, actually, how does that
That's
go?
how fucking crazy it is. Like we knew that if you had an opinion in the past in a communist government, you get fucked up.
Maybe because
Yeah.
now they have anonymity with social media.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But the hackers,
braver,
they could hack into you and still find out who you are. I don't know.
Maybe they have their ways. VPNs, I don't know.
I feel like they're just evolving, like they're not like North Korea, like what we knew of them.
Yeah, I don't know.